All right, there we go. This is my temporary placard. And it's significant because the date on it is the date that my twins were born, that it expires. Now, in the state of Kentucky, I don't know if this is true everywhere else, but in the state of Kentucky, you can only use your temporary placard for 3 months, and then you have to go to your doctor and they renew it. So I had to get one when I was diagnosed with Charcot-foot back in 2020. I was having swelling in my feet. I'm a cosmetologist, so that's normal. But it was swelling and pain and redness that would not go away. I soaked my feet. I took anti-inflammatories. Nothing seemed to really help it. And I had a client that I noticed had a boot on each foot. And I was like, hey, so what's going on with your feet? So she proceeded to tell me her dilemma, and she showed me pictures of her feet. And I said, my feet look like that. I showed her pictures of my feet when I was soaking them in the tub and how the swelling wouldn't go down. And she said, you need to follow up with your orthopedic doctor immediately and figure out what's going on. Because she said, if it's anything like my feet, I got Charcot-foot, and that's why I have these 2 boots on and my rollator, and that's why you saw me in the motorized cart the other day at the grocery store. And she said, you need to get this checked out immediately. So, you know, women, we tend to put things off sometimes when it pertains to our health. So I decided to go to the doctor. Got in as soon as I could. He looked at my feet, took an x-ray, came back with the results, and he said, you cannot put any weight on that foot. And he immediately wrapped it. I had driven myself. We only had one working car at the time. So I had to sit there and wait for someone to come and get me and drive me. And then from there, I stayed on bed rest for 2 months. This was devastating. 1, because I'm a hairdresser. I need my feet. 2, I'm a mom. 3, I love to dance. And you need your feet. And this was 2020. So we're already cooped up and dealing with the pandemic. So my client was right. And I was also frustrated because I'm overweight. And here I am on bed rest. And when I was trying to be proactive and trying to take care of my health, saying that I'm going to join the Y again and do all these workouts, and now I can't walk. So that really just sent me over. I was very on edge. So I'm here, 2022, and I'm looking at this placard, and I pull into the grocery store, and I didn't use the motorized cart for the first time in a long time. It's been a long road, and I told myself I'm going to do everything I can to lose weight to help this issue and get the weight off my feet. And I'm glad that I did that. It's still a long road. I have osteoarthritis in one foot. That foot I had a fracture in years ago. So when I say I've had a struggle with my feet, but what doesn't help is when I'm standing on my feet and I'm pushing 400 pounds. That doesn't help any. No one should be walking around with an additional 200-300 pounds on their bones. And that was a hard pill to swallow. So I said I will do all that I can to help lose the weight in the hopes that I can help get that pressure off of my knees, my ankle. For a lot of years, you know, and this will happen, doctors will tell you, well, you're overweight, so you need to do X, Y, Z. Sometimes they don't give you a plan. Well, I'm here to tell you that whatever health issues I had, epilepsy, anxiety. A lot of it did not have to do with obesity. The osteoarthritis, now that I'm 36, I know has to do with me walking around being 300 plus pounds since my adolescence. It starts to wear on your bones. But I've always been a very active person. So I had to accept that truth. And after many, many years of prayer and research, I decided to get weight loss surgery. And I didn't say a lot to a lot of people. I was very quiet about it. Some of my clients didn't even know until the week before I was taking leave, or once I came back. And they're like, oh, you already had the surgery? I didn't put anything on social media. I didn't do any of that. And why? Because, to be honest, it's nobody's business. So why am I making this video? And just sharing a little bit of my why and my journey. And this is only the beginning. I'm sharing it because I know that there are other people out there with a similar struggle, maybe a similar story. I tell people all the time, I am not your average fat girl. I'm not. Like, I was active. I loved playing kickball. I loved recess. I liked PE. I looked forward to when we played basketball and volleyball, and I went to basketball camp. I was on the step team, well, step club. That's another story for another time. But I did all these things. I was always active. So for years, I never thought I had a weight problem. I thought people had a problem with my weight. Now, is it true people have a problem with my weight? Oh, heck yeah. It's very true. But I think for me in my adolescence, more people had an issue with, she's a very, very big girl, yet she can do all these things. And it confused a lot of people. But yeah, I'm not your average fat girl. So I just want to celebrate and just acknowledge the fact that I walked the entire Meijer grocery store without any pain in my back or my knees or my ankle. And I did not have to use the motorized cart. Now, I still renew my placard because I do have a diagnosis with my feet. And there's so much that they don't know about it. But I haven't had to use a cane or a walker, a rollator, any of these things. And I'm excited. I honestly think after May, I may not renew my placard. And let's just see what happens. But I know that there are more people that are in greater need of that handicap parking space than me. If I can walk from my car to the door and I'm not gritting my teeth in pain anymore or having to use an aid to help me walk, if I can walk the entirety of a mega-sized store like a Meijer or a Walmart, someone else can use that space. Someone else can use that motorized cart. And when I did use the motorized cart, oh, believe me, I got all kind of looks like, oh, she's too big to walk. That's why she needs it. I binged my 600-pound life the entire time that we were on lockdown when the pandemic first started. And believe me, I fully understand all those judgmental looks that people give you. And sometimes I wanted to say something, and then other times it hurt to get out of the cart and reach up and get things, and somebody would come behind me with a helping hand and get something off that top shelf for me that I found difficult to get. So you cannot worry about what other people think about you and your journey, because they don't know you and they don't know your story. Yes, I did get weight loss surgery, like I said, and we'll delve into that. And again, I kept it private, and a lot of people didn't know except for my closest friends, not all my family, and I don't have a large family, and my coworkers, of course, and some who have had weight loss surgery, so I was able to confide in them, and they were able to lead me and guide me and support me. So I hope this helps you. I'm celebrating a small victory today of just being able to walk. Do not take things for granted, like your feet, your health. The shoes I'm wearing on my feet were a gift from one of my hair clients because I kept complimenting her and her sneakers. But it's wonderful because now they're starting to get a little loose. That means my feet are shrinking. Did you know your feet shrink when you lose weight, fam? They do. So I'm very excited, and I hope you'll join me on this journey and learn just more about me, about the mental work that it takes to lose weight and to stay healthy, because this is more of a health journey. This is not about me trying to fit into that dress that I've had since the 8th grade. I let that go. It's not about trying to be skinny or looking better. This is all about changing my life so that I can be healthy and live my life to the fullest and get back some of that time and energy that I've lost. So I hope you'll join me on this journey, and I hope that we learn and grow together, because I am not your average fat girl.